casino, out of the 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 casino. Flip it for the edge, flip it for the world, flip it for the edge, flip it for the world, flip it for the edge, flip it for the world, flip it for the edge, flip it for the world. Telltale's got it running downstairs. I'll set a fine to make room up there. Telltale's got it running downstairs. I'll set a fine to make room up there. Casinos are shooting downstairs. Out of the casino, out of the casino. I'll set a fine casino. For the edge, flip it for the world, flip it for the edge, flip it for the world, flip it for the edge, flip it for the world, flip it for the edge, flip it for the world. How did you know me? 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 How did
What's up, everybody? Happy full moon, my space fam. Good to see everybody hopping in the chat right here. 7:36 on the clock, Thursday, January 28th, 2021. Feels like we were just here, but like a good 8 days have passed. Got so busy. I really intended to stream, but then it got not only just busy, but it was cloudy every night. And furthermore, I noticed that the moon now is on like this, for the next 3 months or so, is going to be really high up for me at a particular type of zenith and arc. So it's going to be tough to get a lot of moon shots. But yeah, so towards the summer, it's going to get back to more of a southerly view, which will be easier for me to scope. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hit that 4K. Got a little bit of cloudage going on. Just hopping in the chat to say what's up to everybody. 99.8% illuminated, and the phase is full right now, but you can see at the very top, we're already losing a little bit of that 100% illumination. That's why it's kind of not blurry, but rounder and softer to the top right and sharper to the bottom left. What's up, Rasta Man? What's up, Jenny? What's up, Marky? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Debbie? What's up, Dagger? James? Astro, Dagger Spells, I said hello, and all of you. Great to see everybody. Hope you've all been well lately. I hope you all are having a great Thursday. So tonight is, I feel a little bit rushed, so I'm kind of panting because I had so much to do and I had to finish work and then just set this up really quickly. I had everything set up in the other room with the 8-inch scope, and I realized I should have just set up the 11 earlier. Either way, we're here, we got the shot, and we're gonna chill with our moon at least for an hour, but intermittently, I'm just going to play some music for y'all and keep an eye on the chat, but I have a couple of things to keep an eye out for as well. So if I'm slow to respond, forgive me. Otherwise, let's just chill here. And yeah, light, fun show today. Lots of crazy stuff in the world. I guess in the next couple of nights, if I have some time, I'll stream and we'll talk about some more stuff. What do I want to play here? Let's keep going with this album. This is Call in My Mind, and that was Flip It for the Edge. Let's do Formidable Opponent, Game of Life. Formidable Opponent. Just get a little smoke here. So I figure because the show is going to be not too long tonight, I'm going to share some of the new demos with y'all. I know everybody loves the tunes. Always gives me all these nice compliments about the music. So I've been writing a lot lately. These aren't finished by any means, but they're definitely fresh and different. So I was kind of, like I said on the last show I was on, that I was just in a writing spree, and so I have at least 5 new things. I'm going to try and play y'all a couple tonight. Again, 99.8% illuminated, but definitely tonight is our full moon of January. Really interesting, and again, my position on the moon remains electric moon, hexagonal craters and mares. Worth reopening the understanding of the moon, consciousness outside the body in shells, and what else? And check out Eileen McCusick and Rupert Sheldrake. All right, getting that out of the way, hopping in to say what's up to everybody hanging out tonight. And let's get kicked off with one of these new songs. And this is called I Missed You. Y'all ready? Oh, I see somebody somewhere. What's going on? And Gil, what's going on? And Kimmy, and anybody else joining. Did you hear that I missed you? Now I'm here to kiss you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me kiss you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Let me test you. Underneath the stars, count your numbers. Fly above the moon, feel you new. To the dark beyond, saw your umbra. Across the nature zone, so electric blue. Underneath the stars, did you hear that I missed you? Fly above the moon. Now you're here, let me kiss you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Did you hear that I missed you? Underneath the stars. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everything you can for. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everyone you love. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everyone you care for. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everyone you love. Underneath the stars, did you hear that I missed you? Fly above the moon. Now you're here, let me kiss you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Did you hear that I missed you? Underneath the stars. I will you so finely to delegate my body. Everyone is at the ready. Don't matter about it. Don't give us some love. Heavy metal outside. Just seem like love will fit the crime. And I gotta make it through this doorway. Gonna be a star this time. Delicate, and that's like a long end jam, but I'm still working on the second half of it. More new stuff coming up right after this. Just want to say what's up to Maps Bolt. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Great to see everybody. Rainbows and Butterflies, what's going on? And Donald Yates and NGC, welcome. If I said hi before, then I'm just repeating myself, but all good. If you're lurking too, hope you're feeling good tonight. 7:53 p.m., checking out our full moon in January. I want to say this is our first full moon this year. Just let me double check, because when was our last one? When was pre-New Year's Eve, last moon of the year, right? That's already waning. Full moon. Yeah, that was 4 weeks ago. So this is, yeah, first full moon of 2021. What's going on, Ian Kendall? Good to see you. Definitely make sure you're hitting that 4K and share the stream with a friend if you'd like. Going for an hour tonight. Got to keep it short because I got a lot of work to do, but had to come on for the full moon. And I've been writing a lot of music, so I felt like sharing that with y'all as well. I'll play that Mistia song again towards the end if you enjoyed it. That one was Delicate, and let's play... This one's called Operator. Operator Just Go, but Operator for short. This one was like an old riff that I had around the Captain of the Stars era. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and never did anything with it. Resurrected it the other night and like made it a full track. So it's got that kind of nostalgic, dark vibe to it, but I feel like it's going to turn into something great when I'm done with it. All right, let's go for this one. Operator coming up. All right. That was Electric Blood. I think that's a little bit messy. It was the wrong version, but I'm working on that one still. Almost done. And before that was Operator, which I'm really enjoying. I just like writing new stuff and listening to it and then sharing it with y'all. What's up, Michael Duff? Good to see you, McDuffie. Thank you, sweet man. Good to see you and everybody. Lovato, Levins Lovato. I'm trying to read sideways. That's why I can't read it correctly. Levins Lovato and Michael and who else? That's it, right? Yeah. Dark mode, man. It is really tough to read from a distance. It all blends. So more tunes coming in here. Just jamming with y'all on this full moon night in January. This crazy, crazy day. Every day is like something new in terms of like the world falling apart, but then also rising up at the same time. It's this really interesting juxtaposition. And it keeps reminding me of the ebb and flow of this plasma universe, this equilibrium of chaos and peace day to day. January's felt like a year already. And just want to share good vibes with y'all tonight. Let me know if you have any thoughts on Electric Universe or have any questions, but otherwise, all music show, all moon. Let's keep going here. What do I got for y'all? Let's do Dark Rums. This one I've worked on a little bit more.
I can feel like the wind. I can feel like the waves. I can feel.
all right. This is something else I'm working on, but then I realized how moody it is. pretty hard shift from the last song. So just gonna talk over it for a second and say what's up to Z Proxy, what's going on? Good morning. Hope you got some moon tonight. Thanks for all the kind words about the music, y'all. So I'm gonna play, let's see what I got here. Which one? Maybe ooh, that one's I'll save for later. Here's kind of one I'm working on called the God Fractal. was Sleepless Rider, and a couple other ones before that. Just hopping in to say what's up to everybody just joining. I see somebody new, Gabriel Hollinsworth. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Gabriel says, I feel like it's slightly out of focus. So you'll see right now it's going to get sharp momentarily, but basically the blurriness is due to the fact that there's a jet stream, a cold stream of air coming through, and it's quite warm here in Florida. So sometimes it'll get this kind of back and forth between blurry and focused, but it has nothing to do with the stream or the camera or the focus knob on the scope. Just the sky. Yeah, it'll be razor sharp every couple of minutes or so if you just if you stick with us. And then also as it gets higher up, right now it's still kind of rising, and it's been hazy lately too. Lots of trails, lots of atmospherics going on. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. What's up, Genghis Khan? Welcome, and nice and good vibes to you. Just scrolling up here to see if I missed anybody. Seems like I said hey to everyone. Let's keep going with the jams here. What about, let's get into some mutual masses. This one's fun.
And you drift away, and we come inside and you drift away when the moon is riding full. Come, let's drift away. Yes, you're the queen of the night, and I'm so willing to lie for you. Without saying a lie, I know myself is impossible. I'm believing in what you say, so in all those days.
just want to zoom in and show a little bit of that. You can see the jet stream is affecting it, but I did adjust focus a little bit just to make sure. Because I was like, did I do it right? But I did. Yeah, you can see right here at the edge. Right now I'm not messing with the focus at all, just scouting around. So let's move through just on a quick surface tour. Typically, when you have a full moon, it's very difficult to see the, well, it's not very difficult, but it's more difficult to see the features than on wanings and waxings, simply due to the angle of the light striking the moon or resonating with the moon and getting this kind of angled relief. Right now, because it's so bright, it's kind of washing out everything, and the atmospherics are not helping. I see Mary in the chat. What's happening, Mary? Great to see you. I see Cecilia. Hello. Just opened this live stream, and the first things I saw were a gorgeous full moon and flatulence Earth. That is just a rare joke that that I would make about that. There's a lot of jokes about passing gas, and I don't know. I felt like not taking it too seriously tonight. But no offense to anyone. Definitely not a flat Earth channel, just reminding anybody who's showing up. Very much a plasma, cosmology, electric universe, connected universe channel, but more so good vibes and our moon and space, of course. So if you're new, definitely check out the description for other links, and definitely check out old playlists and ask around if you have any questions. Let's see. Did I miss anybody showing up? +1 to cheese. I love cheese. I got Tycho pulled up right here in the center and just letting it sit for a moment and let the atmospherics rest so we can see some clarity. Love these twin rays coming off of the bottom left, but really there's a very interesting phenomenon with the fact that these rays don't look like they actually emanate from Tycho. If you really get the detail in. Right now I'm just talking, but like once it settles, you'll see that, especially the one at the bottom right corner, the 4 o'clock, looks like it's almost gonna, if you just connected it to Tycho, you'd see it would probably go past it or tangent it at the bottom left corner. The parallel rays do look like they're a road or a pathway to Tycho crater, but they really don't look like they're connected from the rim, because the rim of Tycho is not broken over there. So fascinating feature, of course named after Tycho Brahe, or Tycho Brahe. I'm pretty sure it's Tycho, but anyway. What's going on in the chat? Let's see. Donald Yates is giving me a great compliment, says, my music reminds him of Montreal, which is one of my favorite bands ever. So that's a huge compliment. So good. Really all the stuff Kevin writes is phenomenal. Just always edgy and broken and interesting, and at the same time nostalgic and familiar. Brilliant songwriter, one of the best. Mary says, I'm on mute, my speaker wires are cutting out, but I'm here. Well, good to see you anyway, and I'm gonna play some of the new tunes for everyone showing up, because I got some demos for y'all. And yeah, just chilling. I finally relaxed. Today was very hectic for me. The past whole week has been very hectic. So love it. McDuffie says, I'm pro cheese. Cheese is the answer. Let me know in the chat room what your favorite cheese is. Not Cheese Whiz, but cheese is. And Cheez-Its are not acceptable. But what is your favorite cheap cheese? And what is your favorite expensive, very expensive cheese? And then I'll tell you all my answer after you leave me a comment. I think that's it. Am I shooting through a window? I am. Good call. So on the 11-inch scope, it's facing east in my house. And then when I do it on the 8-inch scope, other streams, I'm on my back porch where I have the scope on a staircase. and I get a lot more room to scope, to track. So when I do it with the 11, you get the huge, amazing visuals, and it's very easy for me to do it from inside. However, we lose visibility in like an hour or so, plus all the humidity. I mean, there are a lot of cons, but really, there's nothing bad about scoping from inside the house, really. Can't find anything negative. And also, this turbulence is not necessarily due to that. It's just, it happens to be that way tonight. All right, so let me know favorite cheeses, and I'm going to play this song called Missed You, because now I think all of you are here. I know that I don't see Jedi Princess or Elita, but I know they'll either check in later or tomorrow. And if you do, hello, and hope you're doing great. It's been a wild January so far, and it's still not over. But I wanted to share this with you, so. A lot of nice comments, too.
Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me kiss you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me taste you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me taste you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me taste you. Underneath the stars, count your numbers. Fly above the moon, I feel you new. Into the dark beyond, I saw your umbra. Across the nature's arm, so electric blue. Underneath the stars, did you hear that I missed you? Fly above the moon, now you're here, let me kiss you. Did you hear that I missed you? I missed you underneath the stars. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everything you can for. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everyone you love. Take time to believe in the world, fill it up with everyone you care for.
That's the freshest tune I've written, or the second freshest, the penultimately freshest tune. I'm going to play the next one, Operator, one more time. But just want to hop in and say what's up to Alicia Evans. Great to see you. Thank you for the kind words. Gabriel says, been following Crow 777, Crow Trip Sev for 4 years. Yeah, I don't think it's up anymore, but on Crow's podcast, when he first went private, that was his first show. We chatted. And I think I chatted again with him about the moon and all these different conspiracies. I came to the conclusion that we're coming at it from two different angles in terms of telling people certain things. And not to get into the specifics, but I ended up realizing that I don't want to ignore the trouble in the world, but I think it's important to replace trouble in the world with good-natured things and kindness, as opposed to constantly pointing out what's bad about the world. And that's not to say that people who do that are silly or unnecessary. You know, it's just not my role. Even though I can see all the bad things that people talk about, all the evil in the world, I choose to accept it as opposed to ignore it, and therefore rechannel it into a place where people can come and talk about ideas and share music with y'all and just be really loose about it, and also demonetize, actually, in a way, like using that word in a literal sense, which is not charging people to see space or to connect with space, not charging people specifically for content that should be free. And it's difficult because that's how channels get popular. Actually, let me just adjust the camera for a second because it's a little too bright. There you go. See, it's getting clearer too. Got real sharp all of a sudden. Let's see. I'm going to read out all the cheese comments too in 1 second. But yeah, just reiterating that it's pretty easy to look at the negative in the world and point it out constantly, but it's tougher to just appreciate that as a payment for all the good in the world. So I view all the negativity and all the pain not as imaginary, but as a perfect equilibrium with all the great things that we get to do, like eat cheese and watch our moon. What's happening in July, Soul? And scrolling up here to read some cheesy comments. I see Esoteric Gold up there. What's going on? Welcome. And if I missed you, I'm sorry. Oh, Derek Mary, what's going on? Welcome. Excuse me. All right. So, Luna, Cecilia, welcome. So where are we at? All right, NGC says, what is your favorite cheese, Mary? I asked. Let's see. So Gabriel says, smoked Gouda is cheap in the right places. I'm just going to rank these really quickly. So smoked Gouda, great on certain types of sandwiches. I'd give it, on my chart, a 6.5. Smoked mozzarella, maybe 4. But like smoked Gouda is pretty good. But I like regular Gouda. I haven't had it in actually a long time, but I did have it in Europe once, and it was much better than what you get in the States, up in Amsterdam. NGC concurs about the Gouda. Alicia says, I love Gouda. Great, that's 2 votes, 3 votes. Miguel Gonzalez hit my number 2 spot, or 1 spot, depending on the day, Gruyere. Definitely Gruyere is one of the top ones for me. I would say 60-day cave-aged Gruyere, if I were to be very snobby about it. But any Gruyere will do. Not smoked Gruyere, but I've never really seen that. I would definitely not like that. There's something about smokiness that that only works with a certain type of fragrant cheese culture, I guess. Let's see. Miguel says dank cheese. Well, all cheese is dank, Miguel. You got to pick one. Michael says, I believe in the inherent equality of all cheeses. I don't know. I might have to talk about that. For every cheese, for every cheese a purpose, and for every purpose a cheese. Now that I could agree with, but there are certain types of cheeses of which I shall not, the cheeses that shall not be named on this stream, but you know who you are, cheese, are not really so good. But I don't want everyone to list out their least favorite cheese in the chat, because that's going to be gross. I might have to just end the stream if that happens. Let's see, Mary is saying, Esoteric Gold says squeaky cheese. I don't know what that is, though. You gotta explain some squeaky cheese. Mary says, that's a good. That's a good. I love, that's a Gouda. I love Reggiano, Parmigiano, Gouda, and anything Mexican. We talk about Mexican cheese, right? Like there's isn't it queso? Is that kind of white cheese? That's really great. And yeah, anything, honestly, Mexican food across the board, except for stuffed poblanos. For some reason, just not my thing. And I had them in Oaxaca too, and I was like, don't know, just too wet. But everything else, Mexican food, top of my list. Let's see. Gabriel's asking, just wondering, because I want to, oh, you're talking about the scoping from indoors. You want to get a scope, but you need to be able to do it inside. So yeah, if you have about 20 degrees from a horizon looking east or west, you would be able to. If you have a tree line, it's going to be difficult, but I've been able to scope for a lot of years just having a small window, but I definitely am lucky because it faces due east, and my back porch faces south, so I get the right combination of both. Thanks for all the kind words about the music. Yes, it's sort of a love song to all of y'all, because most of the comments are like, I miss you. Where have you been? I missed your show. It's not the same if you're not live. And so I took that and wrote a song about y'all. Maps Bolt is requesting Oh Why Not. I shall put that on. And Gruyere is popular in fondue, says Duffy. Yes, it is. It's also like you mix that with raclette and some garlic, some nice Prosecco. You got yourself a really solid fondue basis. Yes, positivity. Rastaman says EJ, I actually had some Gruyere that was made with papaya. Good stuff. Now that actually sounds really interesting. I love papaya, and I wonder how, was it like, I'm actually trying to imagine, but I can't imagine how you would, I guess you would infuse it by creating a reduction of papaya and then blend it into the curds. But yeah, that's crazy. Or maybe it's like chunks of papaya in the Gruyere. That might be funny. But Gruyere, I'll try any type of Gruyere. Let's see. What's up, Dagger Spells says habanero cheese. That's really delicious, but very, very spicy, of course. I'm kind of more of a like mild spice. I can eat the habanero, but it's not enjoyable. It's like it just crushes me after the first bite. Esoteric says squeaky cheese. I think it's from Idaho. We visited the facility when I was young. You eat it and it squeaks in your mouth. Average tasting. Never had that. It's interesting. If I come across it, I'll let y'all know. Duffy says, if the cheese goes bad, shut that shit down. Squeaky cheese is cheese curds. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. That's actually a form of cheese. I know, what is it? Cottage cheese, right? Don't really love that. There's something about it that's just like difficult to palate. So, yeah, that one's tough. That one's tough. All right, keeping on moving here. Yeah, Dagger Spell's got it. LMAO, Cheese Whiz, exactly. I don't think that's actually cheese. Or my other least favorite is pimentón, which I guess is Spanish. And pimentón, there's something about it. They call it cheese, but man, I'm not. I know maybe some people are fans of it, but not me. Okay. Rasman says, yep, the cheese had chunks of papaya. Were they dried? I guess they were dried. But like, you know, like dehydrated papaya slices like you'd find in a dessert, or I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to look it up and try it. Esoteric says fondue or fondant. Either you fondue or you fondant. Cool. So I'm caught up here. So my favorite cheese, so Gruyere, I told you, is definitely up on the list. But there's a type of cheese that y'all maybe have heard of, but if you haven't, you should go and try it. It's called Cypress. Let me make sure that I'm saying it right. It's called Humboldt Fog, from Cypress Groves, I think. Let me just double check that. Humboldt. Just type in Humboldt Fog, and you will see HUMBOLDT Fog, and you'll see it's Cypress Grove Chèvre, and it's kind of it's like a mix of 3 different types of cheeses, like an ashy middle, so it's not really bacteria or mold, even though it's kind of the start of it. And then you have this really one of the most profound goat cheeses, and then you have this kind of very thin brie layer, and then you have an ashy edible outside, this kind of hardened shell. Really one of the greatest cheeses ever conceived. And Kimmy says Cypress Hill cheesecake, insane in the membrane. Actually, it's funny you say that, because if you leave the Humboldt Fog out all day, it'll kind of start to melt and become more and more room temp until it kind of becomes really just like, it turns into this incredibly different flavor. You have it when it's cold, you can kind of spread it on a cracker, but then it gets kind of very smooth. You can have it with fig jam or something sweet, and it turns into this whole other kind of version of a cheesecake, in fact. You can just eat it alone. So if you haven't had that, definitely recommend that. And then Gruyere, of course, 60-day cave-aged Gruyere. If anybody's showing up and being like, what the hell is going on here, talking about real cheese, the moon's definitely not cheese for me, but yeah, Gruyere and Humboldt Fog, and let's find one other one that's phenomenal. How about, it's probably a really good blue cheese. What's that one? I'm trying to remember. It'll come to me. There are some really fantastic blue cheeses. Just haven't had it in a while. Some people don't really like blue cheese, but I've learned to... Point Reyes, that's what it is. Right? Point Reyes. Reyes. Yeah, Point Reyes blue cheese. That's the one. Yeah, it's not super expensive. It's actually mid-tier. About, I want to say $12, not $24. But yeah, Point Reyes Farmstead, really, really good blue cheese if you're like entry level and you're like, I don't really like blue cheese because it's too funky for me. This is a good entry point. Levins says Humboldt Fog. I don't know, man. Telling you, that to me, just like talk about a cheese that replaced Gruyere for me in terms of my top cheese. So Mr. Rojogo Bin says Humboldt Fog sounds like a strain of good local ganj. So yeah, it definitely, that's probably why I tried it to begin with, but then you really don't even think about that when you're eating it. You're like, what the hell? How are all these layers compacted into one particular bite? So check it out if you're adventurous. Daggerspell says, oh, I'm talking about the maggot cheese. What's the maggot cheese? Let's see. Cheese Whiz, squeaky cheese. I've definitely seen the maggot cheese before. It's actually probably not bad. Insects are fine. Insects are fine. I've had worse. I've had grosser. For me, pimentone is the grossest. There's something about, like, I don't know, this overtone of grossness. Anyway, done with the food talk. Let me play this song called Operator. And I don't think many of you have heard it unless you were here for the first 5 minutes. So brand new track coming up, demo. And Let's roll. 8:50 on the clock with our full moon tonight. It's getting nice and sharp. Let's roll.
Swept you up. You married your high school lover. Married you want some kids or something. 'Cause I never had that in me. But mama, I've been waiting for you so long. Traveled across the seas for me, and then you left me crawling on Amsterdam beaches, waiting on the hotel floor for you. Then your mama came and swept you up. Then you went and married your high school lover.
All right. Let's play a little bit, and then I'm gonna call it a night. But I'll play y'all a couple of fresh tunes here live, live, because I said I would, and now it seems like everything has settled down for the moment. So I have another 30 minutes I can stream, which is nice. Let me just double check the sound over here. I haven't tuned this in a while. 1 second. Let's figure this out. I was in line for another party. Then one of them came along and she asked me where the hell I thought I was going. Oh, I got nothing to hide and nowhere sounds pretty good to me. Playing with a dream, I make believe the light of the moon come down. Pretty mama, oh, don't make them come round. In the depth of your frequency star, little man, oh, don't make me come round. Of good intentions, but you'll find out what to do. If you don't, man, then you're screwed. You'll burn in search of the truth. Make believe the light of the moon come down, yeah. Oh, little mama, oh, don't make them come round. Little man, come on, don't make them come round in the light of the moon. Oh, I will steal your heart in the light of the moon. Oh, I will steal your heart, steal your heart. It's a little out of tune, 1 second. Get off here for 1 second and tune correctly, so I'm not doing it to y'all. 1 moment. Just gonna mute it. Alright, that was a quick one. Let's see. Sort of. Alright, let's do the song over here. So the top of the moon is hitting the windowsill now. You can see it's starting to get dark. In line for another party, ALV? Is that what you're asking? If we hadn't gotten sidetracked? I don't know. That song I wrote in like one kind of conscious stream of consciousness, and I was trying to tell this story of, I guess, at the time I was thinking about this, what happens when you return to the ether, or die rather. But when you return, the energy goes along these pathways. I was wondering if even as a ball of energy or a resonant energy traveling through the ether, will we experience this kind of waiting in line, trying to get into the club? And as I was writing it, I was also watching the moon come up. And so there's this kind of, I've talked about it before, but a lot of the anthropomorphization of the moon and the planets and the stars makes for good storytelling in songs. So you can kind of say, you can be in a relationship with the moon, you can wait for the moon, you can wait up for the stars, and so on and so forth. Makes it really, it's kind of a device in a way to write other books or songs, but if you try and relate stories that you have in your life that you can recount easily to something a little bit more tangential to it, or even opposite to it, right? If you're talking about, obviously, relationships and are already kind of tied to space and the moon, but that was an easy jump. But sometimes it's something else entirely. If you're trying to write a poem about something, you think about a completely different concept, and then you bring them together, and you're gonna achieve more things, I think. Don't want you crawling down my chimney. I don't understand your call. Enemies like Easter bunnies. I don't even play the ball. 44 v 44. Not counting sheep no more. Oh, I can't deal with Santa vision. Living comes in high regard. Spend your love with preacher's money, then we might believe you're God. 44 v 44. Stop counting sheep no more. caterpillars multiply golden. Oh, deep down in the whale's belly you are. The critter creatures multiplying. All the love and all your beast retention. And I want to see your love. And I feel that if we were flying across the space we're of beautiful, beautiful. Don't count the sheep no more. Oh, I can't deal with open love. Beasts behind the bar. Open love with you, pretend. And I forgot the lyrics. That's what happens sometimes. That's what happens sometimes. I'm sorry if I ruined it. Golden, oh yeah. Oh, deep down in the whale's belly we are. The caterpillars multiplying golden. What's up, Enlightened Dawn? Good to see you. Yeah, I was trying to make something up, but it was conflicted with the original verse, and so I completely melted down on that one. All good. Saved it in the end. That's what a good hook will do. If you play a good chorus after a shitty verse. The shitiverse. Yeah, everyone will forget. Everyone, oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's when my life was taking a sofa down the street, and I waited on the corner while she locked up the truck. I said, hey, need a fix me? She said, oh, no luck. Different ways, suffering days. I can't even remember my own face. Oh, I was the one that stole the silver keys, but the truth is, God, you were the one that said you'd slay the beast. And it's all around you. Oh, yeah. And it's all around you. Oh, and it's all around you. Your infinite toxins all got something to say. Oh, indestructible ideas of it. Damn it. I'm gonna start from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boxes and Alright. One more time. Boxes, your infinite toxin, all got something to say. Indestructible ideas aimlessly wandering away. The nation crawls, insatiable, into your nighttime activities. Proclivity, what can you say? You're my sister and I love you forever. Say, you're my brother and I love you forever. Say, you're my sister and I love you forever. Just find the time, just find the time, just find the time, just find the time. Say, you're my brother and I love you forever. I'll love you for I recall anew the sun, the elements of fallen graces. Watch out, all we love is from the one, the healing moon and body racing. Don't tell me what you like, I got so much love for you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Say, you're my sister and I love you forever. Say, you're my brother and I love you forever. Say, you're my sister and I love you forever. Choice. Formidable opponent, dangerous crackpot. Formidable opponent, angry lecture. Formidable opponent, you can walk out. Formidable opponent, think you have the choice. Oh, the moon is calling, a souvenir, as soon as rescue. La retourner. They're fixing the foe, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts and float. The moon is calling, a souvenir, as soon as rescue. La retourner, they're fixing the foe, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts and float. Formidable opponent, dangerous lecture. Formidable opponent, angry crackpot. Formidable opponent, formidable opponent. Ooh, formidable opponent, dangerous lecture. Formidable opponent, angry crackpot. Formidable opponent, you can walk out. Formidable opponent. Where is it? Where is it? No lie, no lie. no, no lie. I've been thinking about you all night. Why? No, why? I've been waiting for your white light, white light. I've been thinking that you should be mine, so call me up, 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 and let's get down, 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 yo, down, down, down. So call me up, 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 yo, up, 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 and let's get down, 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 yo, down, down, down. 'Cause you sending messages across the match network. Oh, and you send me pictures from across the master plane. Oh, and you send me kisses from across the matching network. Je t'attends, mon amour, le sensuel, à tout le monde qui est le même si même. Achetant son désormais, allez comment l'on s'oubliait. Je suis le même que ton avant-né chaque jour. Je t'attends, mon amour, et c'est arrivé. Et c'est l'amour magnétique, mon amour magnifique. C'est l'amour magnétique. Cool running, no other. Whatever it takes, please. I've been beating from my hotline. No lie, no lie, no lie. So call me up, 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 and let's get down, 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 yo, down, down, down. So call me up, 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 and let's get down, 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 yo, yo, down, down, down. So call me up, up, up. Ooh, yeah. So call me up, up, up. Come on. Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. Ooh-wee. All right, I think that's it for me. Sorry about that. That jack is jacked. Still jacked. I couldn't fix it. I'm gonna probably have to take it to some actual real-world guitar shop at some point after Earth plus COVID melts. Keeping it morbid. No, keeping it happy here. Chill vibes. 9:24. So the moon is disappearing underneath my windowsill. I'm just going to let it ride out here. I want to say thanks to everybody for all the kind comments. I've been looking away from the screen so I could sing. And also tonight, man, just like, I'm not going to complain because actually I think it was overall pretty good. But yeah, completely forgetting how to play guitar and lyrics tonight. So funny, but you just got to keep plowing through and play. Let's see, did I miss anybody in the chat? If I did, I hope you're feeling good. I see Copper Trops over there, Copper Tropicals. Catherine Donette, what's going on? TBS, best medicine ever, thank you. So kind, love reading all the comments, really heartwarming, sincerely. The world is kind of crazy right now, and we need every little respite we can get. So I'm happy to share mine with you. So for everybody hanging out, I'm going to play some more of those new demos because I just want to hear them. And it'll just be fun. So these are the ones I'm working on. These will be up on the next 2021 album. And then I'm sure I'm going to be writing a lot more. I kind of broke through one of my last plasma layers with last year's tracks. So I think there's going to be a lot of good tunage coming through. Thank you, thank you. Hurricane on the outro, yeah, I could do that. I can. Yeah, and I know there are some requests to put like the tracks up on Bandcamp, and I'm working on that. Definitely not forgetting, but I don't know, at my own pace, I just got to work at that. So this one is, let's see. I'll play Operator, then Missed You, and then close out with Hurricane. I'll try and catch you all in the next few days, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, but maybe for a late waning crescent around like 30 or 40%. The weather has not been consistent for me, but I did want to check in. I always do with a full moon if I can, and great to share another beautiful Luna with all of y'all after hundreds of shows. So yeah. And shout outs to everybody who wasn't here tonight. Jedi Princess, Ellie, and TJ. I didn't notice if you all showed up. If you did, say hi. If not, catch you on the flip. And let's go here, Operator. It kind of reminds me of Captain of the Stars, but then I listened to it side by side. It's like the right continuation of Captain of the Stars, so happy with it.
you? Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Did you hear that I missed you? Now you're here, let me test you. Did you hear that I missed you?
Are you here?